I'm in Shenandoah National Park, and this is the Upper Hawksbill parking area. There's my little red car. And I'm going to cross over Skyline Drive over here to the southern side, and I am going to hike down a trail over here looking for an old homestead that I'll show you on a 1929 map when I get home. The elevation here is 3640. So the Upper Hawksbill parking is right up there around the turn. I came down here, and here till you see this concrete signpost here, and we're going to head into the woods this way. This is a connector that takes you to the Skyland Big Meadows horse trail. Two-tenths of a mile into my hike. The elevation here is 3650. That's where I came from. Skyline Drive's down there. And this is where it runs into the Skyland to Big Meadows horse trail. So that way is towards Skyland. And I'm going to go this way, which is towards Big Meadows. Eight-tenths of a mile into my hike, I'm down to 3,400 feet, and that's where I came from. That's the I've been hiking down the Skyland Big Meadows horse trail, and there's a little jog in the road right here. And according to the old maps and stuff, this is going to be my jumping off point, start of the bushwhack. Now, according to the old maps, the old road went on down this way towards a homestead. So I'm gonna the sun's kind of low in the sky, so maybe it'll help me pick out the depression of the old road when we get down here. So I'm gonna head off on a compass heading, and let's see where we end up. One mile into my hike, I'm down to 3370. I'm headed down this way. The old homestead should be down here, not too far from here, and I'm passing this. That looks like a tombstone right there. This is the part of the old road. It's very, very washed out and stuff. Actually, I came from over there that way a little bit, but been kind of angling my way down. I don't really see a real definitive old road coming down through here, but I'm still hiking down to a set of coordinates down this way. But go over here and get some shots of this old tombstone. I don't see anything on this side of it, and maybe there's something on the other side. Well, I don't see any name on that tombstone. I'm going to get a little closer and get some more pictures. It looks like some people have carved their initials into it and stuff. Now behind me right here, this is looking more like an old road right here. So I might follow this on down and see if it takes me closer to the old homestead. I'll try and get some closer shots of this, but I mean, to me that looks like a tombstone with no name on it. One mile into my hike, I'm down to a 3350 elevation, and I'm down in the vicinity now of the 1929 homestead location. Up that way, a couple of 100 feet is that tombstone, and I tried to get some close-ups. I did finally find some initials on there dated 1929. I'll show you those when I do my video. And then on the east side of the tombstone, on the east side, looked like was the road. It's a real dim road though, but I followed it down to here and it brought me right straight here. So here's the spring. So this is the first real water I found since I left the parking lot a mile up the hill there. So if you were going to build a homestead down here, some of it looks pretty overgrown over there. I'll check that out. But this would be a good place to build your home near here, because here's the water. See that? So I took the last video from right up there. It looks like they armored up part of a road right here. See that? It heads over that way. See those rocks? And then up above that is the road coming down. And now I'm closer to the spring, and the water's running out like mad. Now, I don't know, this could be erosion, but it kind of looks to me like somebody threw a whole lot of rocks in here to sort of armor this up. But I can see it. You can see it running. Let me see if I can get a little closer here for you without falling in. I don't know, maybe you can see that that's running on down the hill. Couple more shots of the spring. Up there is where I came from. Up there's the where the water comes out of the mountain, and it's trickling down through all these rocks. And there it goes, heading on down the mountain. Oh, the water's coming out of the mountain over here too. Here's the main flow over here that I've been showing. And then over here, well, there's an old rusted out bucket barrel. And then right here, that's armored up with stone on three sides. And it's got leaves in it right now, but that's like a spring box right there. Over there's the water, and then on this side over here, here's a metal pipe coming up out of the ground right there. See that? There's the metal pipe. Look what's here. Daffodils coming up. Somebody planted daffodils right here. And this is a dugout spot right here. And I see some metal up that way, so we'll go up that way and check that metal out. But this is a big dugout area right here with daffodils. Okay, well here's the corner of some building. Right over there's the daffodils and the dugout area. There's the daffodils. There's that dugout spot. And right here's the corner of a building. So I'm going to say this is the homestead right here. You had the homestead with daffodils and dugout areas, and over that way further to the east is the water. What else do you need? And a view that looks like this. Minus all, of course, none of these dead trees. This would have been all cleared out back in the day, back in the 1920s. This is what it would have looked like. Imagine it with very few trees, lots of grass, daffodils, stone building. Oh, and that rock on top's got some kind of name on it. Let me go up there and get a picture of that. I can't quite make out what's carved into that stone, but somebody carved something into it. Maybe it was the cornerstone of this house. I got a few still shots of the corner of this stone building. There's more to it than just that corner though. This whole mound right here is part of the rock pile. So it's a rock pile covered with leaves and stuff, and the one corner is still standing. All right, down there's that stone building. Right there's the daffodils. Maybe you can see them. That's my landmark. And then up here, it's like a road coming up here. Now this is pure out. This is pure nasty up here. Briars to the max. Looks like part of an old car or truck. See that? That looks like a gas tank. Maybe part of an old frame there. Maybe part of a fender. And up that way, I think I see some more. And it looks like the road came up to here. Looks like I see part of a road armored up, going left to right over there. So let me, oh wow, this is really nasty though. I'll see if I can work my way up through the nastiness. I'm getting eaten alive by thorns though, but I'll try and get some stills of this stuff too. Okay, well, just a little higher up, down there is the first pile of metal for the old truck, and then here's some more a little higher up, maybe another 30-40 feet higher. I guess it's part of the same vehicle, but it's just totally gnarly overgrown right there. I'll see if I can get a few stills, but I really can't get much closer than I am right now because all that stuff you see there is just briars and just nastiness. .7 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 3570. I'm on my way back to my car. Right there's the trail. And actually right there is a concrete milepost marker. It says Horse Trail mile number 6.5. But anyway, I noticed this big pile of rocks here. Starts over there, and there's a big tree, two trees growing out of it, and goes over to there. So that's a decent pile of rocks right there. So I'm going to record that location and I'll compare it to the old maps when I get home. See if I notice anything. Well, something was there. This is a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Big Meadows, 1994. And this was a rehike of a hike that I did last year sometime. Wanted to go back for a closer look. It was historic tract number 137, which was owned by Jacob Spitler. It was a 229 acre tract of land. This is Skyline Drive. It barely shows up on this right here, but you park here at the upper Hawksbill parking lot. This is mile marker 46. Walk down the hill a little bit and turn left, go into the woods, and there's a connector trail that brings you to the Skyland Big Meadows Horse Trail. Now this is one of the longer trails in the park. It's about 11 miles long. So this is just a short section of it right here, but I started hiking down the horse trail until I got to a point here that I determined from some old maps that I'll show you here in a minute. And then I veered off towards the southeast like this and continued down the hill until I found the remains of an old road, a driveway I guess it was. Right about here I found one grave marker. Initially I didn't think there was any name on it, but on closer inspection I did find some hand-carved initials and a date, 1929 date. You'll see that in my video. Then I continued on down the hill until I finally got down here to this area here, which is where the homestead was. There's a spring down here. There is some old rusted out barrels, a pipe sticking out of the ground. There's the corner of a building, some daffodils, and some rusted out remains of an old truck. Got pictures of all that, and then on the way back up, I tried to follow the road north as far as I could, so I actually ended up coming up more this way and back into the Skyland Big Meadows Horse Trail and back up to my car like that. Now let me show you the old map. This is Stony Man 1929, and up here this is Skyline Drive. This is where I parked, and you'll see that in this old map it comes right on down, straight down to that little square right there. That's the homestead. So I got the coordinates off this map and then hiked to them. Let me show you one more map. This is from the Shenandoah National Park online records. This pink colored outline is the tract of land that I'm talking about, owned by Jacob Spitler. It's in Madison County, and historic tract number is 137. And this dotted line shows the modern day horse trail coming down through here. And so what I did was I followed this down to about here, and then I started bushwhacking off in this direction. The homestead is down here near the bottom of the tract of land. Pretty short hike. It was 2.4 miles and a total ascent of 435 feet. And that was the hike for today.